was actually just camping on the river. The place is nice and quiet, where people didn't know you were there, you know. So it got pretty lonely out there at times, but it's one of those things we've just got to make the best of life as it is, and yep. I grew up on the farm, on station work, horses, cattle, you know, so I could turn my hand to anything. The main job was at the feedlot, but when I got home I was looking after cattle, fencing, all that sort of thing on the property. That was my rent, so it worked in quite well. Unfortunately, when I got the Q fever, it just hit me. I started vomiting. I drove myself into hospital. Thought I was going to die. It's one of those things, you just break out in fevers every so often and leaves you very tired, very drained. Couldn't work, so that was it. I ended up losing the house, days off work and stuff like that. I didn't have anywhere to go. That's how I become homeless. I was living in my ute, just camping on the river. Some nights it was cold, but some nights it was all right.
Our Cornerstone program is the only walk-in service in Warwick. We're an emergency response to people, whether it be homelessness, sometimes they need food assistance.
And one of the boys that come in that were in the refuge, he was in the hospital with me at the same time. That's how I ended up finding out about Vinnies and their refuge, men's refuge. So as soon as I got out of hospital, I actually went and saw Jackie.
Because he was sleeping in his truck, we were able to give him a bed in our hostel.
It all happened real quick. That day, they actually took me from the office down there and they took me straight round to the men's refuge, introduced me to a few blokes that were there at that stage.
You know, because we have a limited number of beds in the hostel, so sometimes it is full, but fortunately the day Trevor came in, we did have a bed.
Men's refuge was a big thing for me, just to have a roof over my head.
The hostel is an emergency response and the ultimate goal is to find them their own tenancy. We were working with Trevor. He did have some barriers that we worked out, and the barriers were affordability and rental history.
Without a rental history around here, you just won't get a house.
We were working towards getting him housed, and he did get an offer of a one-bedroom unit. But at that time, just as he was about to accept it, then of course his life changed.
And the phone call came and I wasn't expecting what was to come.